Hey everybody, you're listening to the Hisessions Hawaii podcast where we talk about everything local and beyond. I'm Johnny Masato, your host, and joining me today is Kyle Shimabukuro.
How's it?
Devon Nekoba.
Howdy.
Before we begin, let me remind our listeners of all the ways they can stay in touch with the show. There is Facebook, Instagram, and X, all at Hisessions. You can go to SoundCloud, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts, listen to the podcast, and finally, you can email us at hisessions@yahoo.com. If you'd like to help the show, get more music on the channel, please go to patreon.com and donate. There you will be more involved with the show and help determine who and what is filmed. No new patrons this month. We have a lot of really good content coming up because we did like the Vitals, and they're going to be next week coming out. By the time you hear this, it would have come out. We had this girl Kaya Soul on there. She was a really good singer, and then Hyrie came on. So we had some kind of fun.
You guys been busy, yeah?
She's talking about the Hisessions.
Yeah, the music portion of the channel.
Not
yeah,
us. We're not
The real Hisessions.
Yeah, the real.
It's both. You know, we have the podcast channel and the Hisessions. Okay. Kupu Kupu Landscaping, landscape architects. Text, call Kevin Yokomura, 808-722-8685 for a free estimate, or you can go to kupukupulandscaping.com. Special mahalo to Fort Ruger Market. Had the Gesantis today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So the Gesantis is pretty good.
It is pretty good.
Yeah.
And it had a lot of meat today, too. I was pretty happy about that. Okay, and lastly, please visit Olelo Online with Kaliko Beamer Trap, oleloonline.com, if you want to learn to speak Hawaiian, learn a little bit more about Hawaiian language, or just learn a mele. He has that all up there for you at your convenience because it's all online. Alrighty. So our special guest today is DeShannon Higa. And DeShannon, so what we do is I plug you into the AI, and then I ask them to tell me who you are. Okay? So you're going to verify how real this is. And it says,
let's go.
DeShannon Higa is a renowned Hawaiian jazz trumpeter, composer, arranger, band leader, and producer originally from Hilo, Hawaii, and now based in Honolulu. With over 30 years of professional experience, he's best known as lead trumpet player and official composer of the Royal Hawaiian Band, established in 1836. And he has performed globally, in venues like Carnegie Hall, Lincoln Center, and toured countries like Japan, China, Mexico, and all this kind of stuff. It says that you blend traditional jazz with modern influences like electronica, hip-hop, Latin, salsa, and neo-bop. Oh. And then some of the bands that you've played with. Accurate?
Scarily accurate.
Yeah, right?
It's really spooky how much AI knows about you. We're all, everyone's knowable. This is really scary how much the internet knows about you.
Especially for people like myself and Devon and now Kyle, who weekly put ourselves on the internet. At a certain point, the AI is just going to be like, oh, I know what John would say and what he would sound like.
Okay, so next podcast, we'll introduce ourselves with the AI.
Okay, sure.
Just to see.
I mean, we've already done me.
Yeah.
I can do you and...
I've never seen what will come out of that thing.
I think it would say Kyle Shimabukuro is a T-shirt designer. He has high mercury and is from eating too much poke. That's gonna be what it's gonna say.
It's all true. It's all true.
We should save that for when it's just the three of us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
The guest would be really bored.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Our guest right now is probably very.
So Jinx.
Nah. You went to Hilo High, Wakea?
No. So this is the story. So AI was accurate, but it didn't go into like specifics, right? Yeah. So I'll fill in. So I was born here, actually, and a year later, our family moved us to Hilo, and so we spent 10 years over there. So this was like my early childhood Hanabata days.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was elementary school days.
That's a good way to...
Yeah. But so something really great came out of that because I went to Waikea Waina Elementary School.
Okay.
And it was at that school was where I first picked up the trumpet. Because unlike over here on Oahu, most kids, like if they start band, they usually start in the 6th grade or later.
Yeah.
Right? But for us... Hilo, Big Island, you have nothing else to do, right? So it's either you pick up an instrument or you play with rocks. So
or you catch a lure.
Or catch. Oh, I was too young for that.
Oh.
Lure would probably pull me in the water. So yeah, I was in the 4th grade when I started band and started on the trumpet.
4th grade, wow.
So that was life changing for me.
Yeah, you got a head
obviously.
start from everybody else.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why they chose trumpet for you?
They didn't choose trumpet. I chose it, but it was a second choice actually.
What was your first?
My first choice was drums.
Of course.
Right.
All kids' first choice is drums, right?
All boys.
Yeah.
Right? Like what boy doesn't want to like bang on drums,
Exactly.
right? Like that's what I wanted to do. And my brother he's 3 years older than me. He was in the band, and so he was playing drums. And so I was like, oh, that's what I want to do, want to follow in my older brother's footsteps. But my band director said, oh no, we got too many drummers. You got to pick something else. So I'm like, what could be as cool or almost as cool as drums? And then a bunch of my friends were playing trumpet. I was thinking either like trumpet or sax.
Right. Yeah, of course.
The next choice is usually sax, right?
Yeah, right. But then all my buddies they were playing trumpet. Say, hey, come join us. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. It's cool enough, I guess. So yeah, I chose a trumpet. And then what does my band teacher do? He hands me a cornet, which if you don't know what a cornet is,
round one?
It's like a little shorter version of a trumpet. It looks kind of like a trumpet, but it's shorter, right? And so.
Is that the one the military
nowhere
taps
near
on?
as cool as an actual trumpet.
Yeah.
Is that the one the military plays taps on, the smaller one? Or?
Well, they'll play taps on a bugle, or they'll do it on a regular trumpet too. But like usually like military bands, brass bands, they'll have like cornets and trumpets and other type of brass instrument. But you got to look at this from a perspective of a 13-year-old kid, right?
Yeah.
I was 10 at the time.
Yeah, 10 and 11.
And my buddies are playing trumpet, and I get handed this cornet. It looks nothing like what they're playing, and I'm saying like to my band teacher, like, hey, why am I stuck with this thing where everyone else is playing trumpet? He says, well, because cornet is smaller, so it's easier to handle. Like, I'm the same size as these guys. I don't know why he stuck me with the cornet, but I was stuck with the cornet for like 2 years, man, and it was a little demoralizing because like I've got this short little instrument. Everyone has got the cool brass.
When you're playing a cornet, does your role within the song also change too? Like you're just like.
Oh, thankfully no.
Oh, okay.
If it did, then I might not be a musician today if that was the case. I probably would have quit like in the first 3 weeks.
Do you think the cornet helped you elevate your trumpet playing, or was it?
Well, it elevated in that it motivated me to get off of that instrument.
That's one way to do it.
So my parents, knowing that I wanted to play trumpet instead of cornet, like I think I was about maybe a year and a half in, and I'm just dying on that instrument. I was like second to the last chair. I was terrible, and they're like, okay, we'll get you a trumpet. So we found like a used trumpet at some pawn store, for like $100.
Wow.
Yeah, which I regret that I sold that instrument like years ago because I would have wanted to like keep that first trumpet that I ever had. That would have been really really neat memory to have. But yeah, so they bought it from a pawn shop, and the mouthpiece that they got for me, you have a trumpet and you have a mouthpiece that goes on top of it, right? And there's a store, and I hope they're still around, and this is typical Hilo. You can't just have a music store that sells just musical instruments. They'd go out of business, right? You can't sell enough. So it's the Agasa Music and Furniture Store. So you go, you buy a couch and you get a trumpet mouthpiece for free. So that's where I got my first trumpet mouthpiece from that store.
I have a cornet question. No disrespect to all you cornet players out there, but are there people that like to play cornet? like grow up and go, one day I want to play the cornet.
Well, you'll find this interesting, Kyle, because I actually play a lot of cornet now.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I like the instrument. I like how short it is.
But does it sound different? Like
it sounds
different.
It sounds very, very close to a trumpet. It's a slight difference, subtle difference. It's got a little bit warmer and rounder sound, and it's how I describe the difference between a cornet and a trumpet is like the cornet is a Mini Cooper and the trumpet is a Ferrari.
That's a big difference, man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you think about the ukulele. The ukulele was always thought of as a
toy version of the guitar.
Toy instrument, until recently. So you can make the cornet like the
yeah, well, I don't know if the cornet will ever get as popular as the ukulele. I kind of seriously doubt that, but one can hope.
But in terms of fingering and placement and all that stuff, all kind of the same?
Yeah, it's all the same.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just the wrap is different and the mouthpiece is a little bit different, but it's pitched the same range.
What would make you choose a cornet for a certain piece or a certain performance versus a trumpet?
So I play cornet in the Royal Hawaiian Band. That's where I play the instrument. So I've actually got on the rest of my sections they're all on trumpets, but I'm the principal player, and so I have two instruments. I got my trumpet, so that I blend with the rest of the guys, so I don't look like a freak, and then I've got the cornet, which I play that on certain pieces, and those are specifically marches, because when we do marches, a lot of times they'll have cornet parts and they'll have trumpet parts, and then they'll have a solo cornet part. So the solo cornet part is the one that plays all the melody.
Oh.
Right, and so typically that falls to me. And so it's a lot easier to play that solo cornet part on an actual cornet than trying to do that on trumpet. So that's why I do it.
See, that's why your band teacher in elementary school made you play the cornet. He saw the potential,
Somehow he knew. And you know what's crazy? I'll tell you a quick story. So this was like pre-pandemic, so maybe about 7 years ago. I was on tour with Brother Nolan on the Big Island, and then we played in Waimea, and then we did a show in Hilo at the Naniloa. And so after the show, I had some guys come up to me, say, "Hey, we really enjoyed the show, great trumpet playing." And these are Hilo guys, right? So they said, "We heard that you're from Hilo, right?" I said, "Yeah." So what school did you go to? And I said, Waikiowaina. And they said, "Who was your band director?" I said, "Oh, this guy, Mr. Kudo." And then they said, this is like 40 some odd years later. Yeah. They said, "He's still there."
Wow.
Yeah. He's still teaching band over there.
How old is this dude now?
He's probably like 120.
That's crazy.
Isn't that like that? I was blown away. They said yeah, he's probably going to retire next year.
I don't think any of our elementary school teachers are still teaching.
No.
Much less probably alive right now. They're probably super old.
No, they would have if they were smart.
He must have been a younger guy than when he had you then.
Well, like when you're like 10 years old, like 25 looks old.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Right? Oh, you're old.
Yeah. Well, I remember back when Ocean Club. Remember Ocean Club? It's like 24 and over nights.
You couldn't get in.
And I was like 20 years old. I'm like, I want to go to that with all those old futs over there. 24 and over night.
We used to go on Tuesdays to avoid you guys. Thursdays was Kanupal night, and then you guys would come in,
You guys.
All the youngins.
The kids.
Well, let's see how old you are, though. You said Oceans, right? Do you remember what it was before it was Oceans?
Oh, yeah.
Before it was Oceans.
Yeah.
That's a good test for you, your age.
No, I don't. Was it World Cafe?
No.
World Cafe is on the other end of the...
Yeah, it had a car in there.
It had a car in there?
He wouldn't know.
No, I don't know.
He's too young.
I don't know.
You ready? Studebaker's.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm too young for that. I've heard the Studebakers said before, but I've never.
I think you're studying student government at that time.
Yeah. No, I tell stories all the time because you must have gone down to Hot Lava Cafe when John Cruz and them used to play down there, right?
Yeah, and actually, my wife Rocky Brown used to. She had her band and she used to play over there.
Oh yeah, Rocky's great.
Your wife is Rocky Brown?
Ding ding ding! Newsflash. Oh yes.
What the hell? I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that didn't come out in AI. AI didn't know that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it didn't come up. And then so I haven't seen you in a decade or so, right?
Oh my goodness, has it been that long?
Have we? I don't think so. I didn't want to bring it up too, cause like you never know, right? Like, how's your wife? And you're like, oh, we're not married, or whatever. I didn't want to. So okay, so great. I'm happy for
glad that.
I mean, now you can get on the Rocky Brown.
Yeah, now we can talk because because it's a happy
so much
ending.
more relaxed.
Yeah.
No, she's great. I love. But back in the Hot Lava days when you guys were playing there, I was too young. I couldn't get in.
Oh goodness.
What was Hot Lava before Hot Lava?
I don't know. I know it as. Oh, it's a shark. No.
Yeah.
Sharks.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's billiards before, right?
I can't
How do I
remember
know
before that.
I don't know how you know that. That's
Used to
actually
just
kind of weird.
be out the window watching them play.
Yeah, outside the window. Yeah. No, you know why? Because in high school, I used to go to Hawaiian Bryant's and play pool. And there was another place called Sharks that was by Ala Moana that was a little bit more seedy.
Can't imagine that.
Yeah. But so I had a short pool run.
Obsession.
Yeah. Go to pool halls and stuff.
Well, we're in Kaimaki, right? You remember on Waialae there used to be a pool hall. Kaimaki Q.
Oh yeah, Kaimaki Q. Yeah, all those places.
I can't imagine you at a pool hall, John.
Yeah, I just like playing. I didn't smoke, I didn't drink, so I would just kind of stand there. And then
so when you got home, did your mom go, "Where you been? You smell like alcohol and cigarettes."
No, what's funny is I
was playing pool. Yeah, right.
Yeah, playing pool.
No, I used to bring my dad.
Oh no way!
Because
my dad was a pool
my
player
dad
too.
used to like playing pool. I'm like, oh, I play pool. You want to go to Hawaiian Bryce? I'm sure he was like, oh my god, my son's this is where my son hangs out.
The problem with playing pool with your father though is, I don't know if this is true for you, but it's true for me. Our dads are like sharks.
Oh, that's
when
all
it
they
comes
do.
to
Yeah.
They were so good.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about that generation.
I'd be like, Dad, come on, let's go play. And my dad's like, all right. And he just kicked the living shit out of me. And I'm like, what? What? And he's doing like bank action and English and stuff. And I'm like, where did you learn how to do that? He goes, Hilo.
Yeah. My father's from Oahu, so it's in his blood.
Yeah. They just, I don't know, man. You give them a stick and they just know.
Hey, you're lucky he didn't hustle you for money.
This is true. This is true. Well, all the money was his money anyway, so it didn't really matter. So anyway, so you finished up elementary school, and then you guys moved up to Honolulu?
Yeah, actually just right before 6th grade.
Okay, and then, oh wow, you're just like me. We did the same thing, except mine was, I was living in Kona.
But you guys not the same age, right?
No,
I don't think I'm probably older.
He's actually younger than me, I think.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, what
Devon
year
looks
did you
young.
graduate?
Yeah, of course, that's the question, right?
Yeah.
I'm an 88 grad.
Oh,
I'm older than you.
Are you?
Yeah.
That can't be. You have much more black hair than I do.
Because he dyes it.
Coloring my hair. Don't be saying it like that because you dye your hair too, man.
I know my hair will dye, bro.
No, you get. Sometimes every so often you dye.
Yeah.
No,
when I gotta go wedding, I dye them.
Exactly.
Oh.
Or if it's your own wedding. But it's so in 5th grade, we moved to Oahu, and we lived in Alewa Heights, and then we lived in Palolo Valley. But I went to school on Oahu.
Wow.
So yeah, interesting, because kind of the same thing, and it was definitely a change. Right?
Yeah.
Like to go from that,
Most
from
people
Big
go the
Island.
other way. They're here and then they go to an outer island.
Well, so here's the thing that you probably, Devin, you'll relate to this, that the hard part, even though like the Big Island is a great place to grow up, probably like Kona, just like Hilo, like you play in the streets, you come home when it's dark, right? It's a great place to grow up. It's so safe. It's awesome, but except when you watch TV. Right, because we're watching
the news and stuff.
Well, no, we're watching Checkers and Pogo, right? We're watching all this stuff, but we're seeing in the commercials. We're seeing all the good stuff, the
like
cool
Farrell's,
stuff.
like Fun
Farrell's.
Factory.
That's only on Oahu.
Or
Right?
even
Only on
the
Oahu.
restaurants. They get the restaurants and
But
all
even
that
the
stuff.
weather report on the news is not about
They
but
never talked about it. They always
Yeah.
talked about Oahu, and so
Yeah.
you go, "We're here too."
That's right.
What's up with that?
Well, I lived in Hilo. It's not like I really needed a weather report. It's like tomorrow, rain. Next day, rain. Day after that, rain.
so when you moved up, you ended up graduating high school from where?
Kaimaki.
Oh,
It is
okay.
Kaimaki.
Another famous Kaimaki person.
Yeah,
Oh,
and a lot of our friends.
Oh,
are
a ton of our.
Kaimaki.
We can talk later on. We know a lot of people from Kamiki.
Yeah, there's a lot of great
My
musicians.
wife
that
and
came
my
out.
sister-in-law is from Ikea. So you
Oh.
probably went to school with my sister-in-law too.
Really?
Yeah.
That'd be scary if I knew her.
I know. We'll talk about it after.
Off the air.
So did you keep up with the band when you moved here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they let you play trumpet.
And they let me play the
All
trumpet.
right,
Yeah.
there you go.
Oh, all right. So okay, so you get through high school. You're playing in band. I'm assuming marching band. Or
Mm-hmm.
continue that through college, or do you just go straight into music? Do you go to college?
I did go to college. I didn't want to do the marching band though. By the time I got to college, in high school, I kind of got that all out of my system, and it's fun and it's great, But I was, by the time I got to college, I was pretty serious into music, and I didn't want to mess with the marching band. I thought that would just kind of do some damage to my chops.
So you went to college where?
So I actually went 2 years. I finished up at UH, but for 2 years, I went to this little private Christian university in the middle of Tulsa, Oklahoma, called Oral Roberts University.
Oh yes,
You know that place?
Oral Roberts. Yeah, everybody knows Oral Roberts.
Oh.
Okay, well, except you
Not me.
I don't.
and him.
And they had just an excellent music, even for a small university, they had an excellent music program. So I really got a good education in music over there. Because of Oral Roberts, they had a TV show, and so that was one of the classes you could take for credit, is being on this TV show and playing
That's cool.
playing in a TV band. So getting real life music
yeah.
music experience. So yeah, it was really great.
So
for me.
you majored in music.
I actually didn't.
Oh,
Yeah, I majored in business. I minored in music, and the reason why it wasn't that I was I'm gonna go into business and music maybe I'll just do on the side. No, I knew I wanted to play music professionally. But I thought, why do I want to major and get a degree in music, where people just care about if I can play or not. They don't care if I have a degree. I just have to be able to play.
Yeah.
And so it's why don't I get a degree that I can actually use?
Look at you.
Something
wow. Asian. I
useful.
love it.
Made my parents proud,
I know.
Except when I finally became a professional musician, and my mom's like, "Oh, you didn't want to become a doctor."
Got to give up the dream. I'm sorry. Got to give up the dream.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So you got that
That's
too?
funny.
My parents too. I think if I told them I was only going to do music, it'd be a little bit of a disappointment. They would say, "No, okay," but
Yeah, it'd be a very short conversation.
You should have seen my dad when I told him what I was going to do graphic arts.
What did he say?
He was like, okay. But when you become an electrician, let me know. I was like, no, thank you, bro. I like an air-conditioned office to stay in.
Yeah.
I think that's just the Asian way, right?
think
all
so.
parents, they just want their kids to succeed in some reputable, respectable job that earns you a lot of money.
And get you insurance.
Yes.
And,
The safety net.
Yeah. But I tell you, I wouldn't trade this for anything. I love what I do. I get to play music for a living. I get to play the trumpet. I get to play cornet for a living. How blessed am I, to do that?
Yeah, and looking back, at least for me, on my past and stuff, a lot of it just comes down to how hard you want to work and just being forward thinking.
Yeah.
You can be successful in any business or any field,
Yeah.
It's just putting in the time, which you have done.
Well, and that's I think that's the thing that parents can't measure, they can't see in you, right? Is that like, okay, if you want to be a musician, you want to be a graphic artist or whatever, it's like, okay, what I know about the parent talking, like, what I know about that, you're not going to be making a whole lot of money, but they can't see like how motivated you are. They can't see like how badly you want it.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to be a musician like bad, right? And they couldn't see that. You know? Or maybe saw glimpses of it, but
yeah, mine was out of fear. I didn't want to be an electrician. I thought I worked hard.
And you would kill yourself the first week on the job.
Hard. You know, I used to come home tired, and you know, he worked hard. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I better learn how to draw.
Yeah, but then he also got to sit there and shock pigeons when they came to the house.
But he retired well. You know what I mean? But,
who needs that, right?
Who needs retirement?
Yeah, it's funny. Electrician is a funny job because people think like, oh, you're just taking off the plugs and you plug in plugs.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you climbing in attics and running, wires and carrying heavy.
He used to tell me how much times he almost muck it, like falling off the roof or stuff like that. Like it's hazardous, you know.
yeah, and getting shocked too, right?
Getting shocked.
That's like, one time that would be enough for me. Like, this is for the birds, man. I ain't doing this.
You know what's crazy? One time we were doing some work on my condo. The electrician it was a larger company, so they had multiple guys doing all the work, And I was talking to the one guy, I'm like, oh, you don't have because you have those testers, right, that you can touch and it'll.
Yeah.
But he never was using it. He was just kind of taking stuff apart. And he's like, oh, over time, you kind of can feel if the thing you can kind of feel it coming on, so you kind of know, like. Oh. I was like, I don't know about
I've been shocked so many times. I just have
I was like, oh man.
Yeah, that one is live.
I don't know how accurate that was because, I mean, I guess like he knows how to kind of lightly touch or feel or I don't know.
I don't know about that, bro.
I'd be still using my tester everywhere, like I don't know.
I'm sure you guys can relate to this. The closest I've ever been to becoming an electrician was testing a 9-volt battery to see if it's still good. How do you test it?
Put my tongue.
Exactly.
You go, yeah, that's good.
Dude, I do that to this day.
I found
because all my guitars use 9-volt batteries. So
I had elementary school friends that were like shocking themselves by making paper clips and sticking it in an electrical outlet.
Oh my god!
And laughing at each other, and I'm like, my father's an electrician. I learned not to do that, bro.
Yeah. No, I remember when I was doing my student teaching, you had to watch the kids because they would stick stuff in the.
What? I never understood that. My classmate Richard Wong, who's sadly passed away already, but we were in science class, our first day in chemistry class, and he stick that little bottle, that plastic bottle with the spout on it.
Yeah,
right, with the thing. He's sitting at the desk and he's spraying the bottle into the electric socket, just like shh. All of a sudden, bah!
It blew up.
It exploded. Well, not exploded, but it made an arc
pop.
that went, bah! Teacher stops. He goes, what the hell are you doing? And Richard's like, oh, I just wanted to see what would happen. He's like, oh my God, you are going to die before we finish this class, man.
Kids, man. Yeah, they do the weirdest stuff.
Yeah, just
man,
not.
I had friends that ate glue, bro.
What?
Oh, yeah. I remember
Elmer's
people used to eat
Feast.
glue.
Yeah.
I used to eat the glue. I was like,
What do you mean?
Yeah.
that thing can't taste good.
What is it made out of? Because it's obviously
It's
non-toxic.
safe for
It
kids
says
to eat, I guess, but
Yeah.
I can't imagine that being.
Doesn't
like,
Elmer's actually say like non-toxic somewhere?
Yeah.
on the bottle?
I think they had to.
yeah.
make
People
it
used to eat
not-
glue. They used to eat crayons.
Yeah, and the erasers that smell good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how we got into this.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, okay. Let's get.
Okay, so anyway, you didn't do any of those things, and you decided to become a professional musician. So, what was where did you end up going after college? Did you stay on the mainland and then gig around?
You came back to UH.
Yeah, so
Came back to
I
you, I'm
came back
sorry.
to yeah, and then I was in the band program here, and then I finished up, I graduated UH, and then after that I went on the road, actually on the sea. I was playing for some cruise ships for a while.
Oh, okay.
That must have been fun.
When you're like young and single, it's a great way to like
Yeah.
travel the
Yeah.
world, get paid for it, and just get a whole bunch of life experiences.
Did you get sick though on the cruises, like seasick?
Only one time.
Oh.
Only one time. it's different, like on a big ship as opposed to like a small boat, because like on a boat it's kind of like this, right? But on a big ship, we were leaving the channel and there was like a big wave that came in, and then you just feel the whole ship just do this. And like you're just waiting for it to get away. Like okay, come on now. So it took a long while before they go back the other way, but yeah, that only happened once. So I did the cruise ships for like off and on for about like 5 years, and yeah, it was great. That's where I got to like go to Asia, go to the Caribbean, Mexico, Europe.
What kind of music though did you play?
I was in the show band, so we would play like we were the house band that would play dances.
Like top 40 stuff got to be, right?
Oh, that too, yeah. And then like classic big band and jazz stuff.
Oh, okay. And a lot of old people on the boat, they don't want to hear that kind of music.
Yeah. But then what's cool too is that like we would back up guest artists that would come onto the ship on the cruise and be the entertainers. And so we were their band. We were the backup band. So
who was the famous people that you had to back up?
So there was there's this comedian Marty Allen. I don't know if you remember him from the 80s. He was an old classic comedian. So he came on and with his wife, who was a singer, Karen Kate Blackwell, and we backed them up in their show. We had this guy Harry B, who was of the Harmonicats, which I never heard of, but it was like a famous harmonica band. And there was a guy from the Buddy Rich band back in the day that we backed him up. Yeah, so it was a whole bunch of different.
That's some amazing experience.
Yeah. And then also like we had like these production shows, which on a ship, and you're like, this is crazy that you can do that. We had basically like a Cirque du Soleil on the water.
Wow.
And so we would play for these big production shows too. Dancers, gymnasts, the whole nine. It was a pretty sick experience.
Did you have to do a lot of sight reading? Because I know I have a couple friends, actually people we know that are on like the Disney ships and stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
But they also have those guest spots that come in, and basically they come in with sheets of paper and go, here's your part, here's your part, here's your part, here's your part. And I guess that's where having professionals is key, right? Because you guys have to kind of sight read stuff at times, right? I mean, they can come in on that day and go, here's your part. Well, you get like one practice and then you're doing it.
Well, no, there's a rehearsal, but it's like you say, it's so short. Like they come on the ship, we have one rehearsal with them, like a 1 hour, maybe 2 hour rehearsal, go through the whole show, and then we do the show like that night, and that's it. Yeah, that's as much practice as we get. So we're looking at the music right as we go. Yeah.
This is pre-iPad. So it's not like you have
for sure.
Yeah. By the way, what do you like? Do you prefer having an iPad in front of you, or you prefer having the sheets?
I'm kind of new school in that, like I like the iPad, and the reason why I like the iPad is because, a lot of the gigs that I play, we're outdoors, man. So if I'm if the wind gust of wind, man, I'm like, no.
How does the iPad work? Does it scroll, or do you have to flip the page on the iPad?
He has a foot pad.
There's guys that do that, but I have a little foot pedal that I just.
Oh no way!
I just hit the button on the pedal and. It turns the page for me.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And unlike paper charts, you can do half-page turns, So, which comes in real useful because sometimes when you're reading a line, you wanna see what's coming up ahead while still be able to read what's on the previous page. So if you do a half turn, I can look ahead to what's coming up, but still be where I need to be on the previous page. But you can't do that with regular sheet music, Yeah, so it's real helpful.
The AI said that you also play with a bunch of local bands.
He's played with kind of everybody.
What was the first band that you played with out of college?
Well, I was actually still in college when I started playing with a local Latin band, Rolando Sanchez.
Yes,
Salsa
of course,
Hawaii.
yeah.
Okay.
Which Rolando, if you're watching, if you're listening to this, mahalo for giving me that opportunity.
Rolando Sanchez was always super nice to us.
Oh yeah.
Even when we were like before our album came out and
Yeah.
stuff, like we'd do gigs and he'd be there. Really nice guy.
Yeah, he's just the nicest dude.
Yeah, I always had really nice experiences with him.
Wow.
And his band is huge.
Did he ever come on the show?
No, he's never been on the show.
Oh,
I'd
you
love to
should
have
have
him.
him
Yeah,
sometime.
that's
Yeah.
great.
So interesting story. So yeah, I was a junior in college, and I'm at UH now, right? And so I'm trying to like make some inroads in the scene over here. And so he gave me an opportunity to play with his band, and I don't know what happened to the other trumpet player. You know, maybe he got fired or something. I don't know. But it was a gig at, remember the old Anna Bananas on Beretania?
Yeah.
What is it, Anna O'Brien's now or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So upstairs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. And so they were had a weekly gig there, and so he brought me in to play, and so this was my first gig with him. So there's no rehearsal. Like I'm sight reading everything, right?
Oh, of course.
And I guess I did a good enough job because he called me back, so he hired me. But so that was my first real kind of like gig here, like since moving here after my first couple of years in college. And I remember at the end of the night, he's paying everybody, and he comes up to me. Now, granted, like this is like 1990, right? So you got $1990.
Here's your $5.
Yeah. Close.
5 hours.
Close. For 3 hours of bashing my face trying to play all this salsa music, he hands me $13 in cash. And I was so happy to get it.
My first paying gig.
I'm a professional now.
Yes.
I'm getting paid to do this. Yeah.
Frame the $13 and hang it on the wall.
$13 bucks.
But I'm trying to remember because, I mean, he and I, and of course, John, I mean, we've been involved with the local scene for a long time. So we've known each other a long time. But I know that whenever, like, some big local reggae band was, like, doing a show,
Yeah.
right? It's like you look up on the
You'd
dais with the,
be
who's
there.
if it's a trumpet and a
If
sax,
they needed horns.
and a guy playing trombone, like
Trombone.
you're there
So
somewhere.
you played in all the ska bands and all the... Reggae.
Yeah, well, not all of them. I mean, some. You know, I mean, yeah, a lot of the reggae bands, like they'll have like some kind of a horn section,
Yeah.
right? And like I know practically all these guys that play in all these reggae bands, and once in a while, I'll get called to join the section. Like I'm this relatively new band. No, they are new. Seven Sons. They won a bunch of hokus just this past year, and they're great band, great guys, good music. And so I got called to be a part of that session, and whenever they use horns, I get to join that band.
And how
It's
did it
sort of
all
fun.
fit on stage with even the horn section now? I mean, that's a big band.
Yeah, it is.
Well, it's nice because
They walk on very quietly. They kind of do their thing and then they
How did it all
walk
fit
on.
on the stage?
I was gonna say the nice thing about being in the horn section is, well, it's a double-edged sword, because typically you're not part of the regular band,
Right.
Because it's usually an add-on when they put the horn section there. But when you are there, you're usually playing some kind of big event, and so you get on the big stage and you're like at the Party Central,
when
you know.
they played their when
true.
Seven Sons played their big show at Hawaii Theater, these guys were there.
Yeah.
It's
So-
like,
so you get to-
Shannon, what you doing here? Of course you're here, but I mean, you know. But that was really cool because they were all like, "Hey, what's up?" And then they just come kind of walking on, and they just pull and freak everybody out, and then they go, "Okay, we're good."
Well,
Then
and that was our first time to actually.
was that your first time? I didn't know that.
to play publicly with that
Oh,
band, because
wow.
we did a bunch of recordings, but we hadn't performed live with them. They, the core band, like you said, like they had done some things already, but that was like the first like big kind of album release concert at Hawaii Theater,
Yeah.
and they brought in the horns for that. I mean, it was an epic concert. They had like
so
confetti.
full,
You know,
that
I mean, it was a
song.
full on
that concert was
full
the concert was
production, man.
amazing.
It was
Yeah.
pretty heavy duty.
Well, this is a Kyle question, but so of all the performances that you've done, are there any that stick out to you that, like, oh, I remember that one gig, or that was something epic happened at the show or something like that, and you're just standing there going, wow, I never thought I'd experience this.
Yeah, that's hard. Man, you really throw a curveball at me because there's I'm reaching into my memory banks for like there's so many, so it's hard to pick one. But just I'll just say one off the top of my head because that's the first thing that I can think of was this was maybe I want to say 15 years ago. Well, even before that, remember Natalie Cole. Daughter of
Nat
King Cole. So she came to Hawaii a bunch of times and did some concerts.
Didn't she sing with her father behind on the screen?
So so that was like the big moment, right? When she sang that song "Unforgettable" with her dad on the video screen, right? So a few years after that, I got a call to play in a band. They were coming down to do this concert at the arena, and it was a big show. It was an Elvis Presley show, right? With the original Elvis Presley band, like all the original guys, all the original guys. So it's everybody except Elvis, clearly, right? But they had Elvis on video screen, right?
No way.
So we're playing his show, and Elvis is on the screen.
Cool.
That's wild.
It was really wild, and the place was packed. It's not like they know he's gone, but it was still.
Kyle and I went to the Kalapana concert, the one where they put Mackie and Milani up on the screen.
DJ.
And DJ, that's right, DJ too. It was good. Like I mean,
you close your eyes, it sounds like they're right there.
Yes.
Yeah, so I can see how that could work.
Yeah. So the way they were able to like isolate his voice and.
I remember an unplugged version before Unplugged was popular of Elvis playing in this circle with people around him, and the drummer had a guitar case to play drums.
That's from the '60s special.
Is that the original band?
Yeah. I believe it was. And what was cool was that when they had the big screen, right, with Elvis, and you would see him performing with the white suit with the big red carnation lei, right? It was the Aloha from Hawaii concert, right? The one that was broadcast around the world.
Yeah.
They would have shots of the band, of the different musicians.
Oh wow.
Next to the guy, the actual guy now.
Way.
So there was a camera guy going around. So you would see a shot of like the drummer back in 1970 or whatever it was, and then you see a live shot of him like now playing.
Oh man, that's
the
pretty
part.
cool.
So that was at the arena.
At
the
Blaisdell.
Blaisdell Arena.
How come I never heard of that?
And I can imagine those were monster
I
players,
do.
right?
Oh yeah.
They're like super good.
So and I'm sure you understand this as a musician, John, that when you're playing with really great musicians, it can be intimidating at first, but you learn very quickly that it's actually easier to play because they do it so well that if you do your part right, you just fall right in, and it becomes very easy to play. They just kind of lay down the groundwork for you, and you just lay your part down, and there's no question what you do, and it just made playing like a breeze and really, really fun.
Speaking of playing very well together, can we talk about your lovely wife, Rocky Brown?
Sure. How much time we got?
I think what's been really cool to follow over the years is not just the love story between the two of you guys, but the fact that you just really enjoy yourselves as collaborators also, right? Like she lives to sing with you, and you love having her on. And I mean, how did that start? Because it seemed like all of a sudden, my friend DeShannon and my friend Rocky were like they were married, and then they're doing all this stuff together.
How did you guys meet?
Yeah, like I was like, wait, how did that happen?
Yeah, so interesting. We were talking about like Hot Lava Cafe.
You met at Studebaker's,
and that was not my scene. Like I was the wallflower, man. I didn't know how to talk to girls yet, but Rocky she had her own band. Right, this is like in the late '90s, and at the time I was playing in a swing band. Remember like the late '90s when we had that whole like swing dance
When
craze.
swingers came out, and all of a sudden
Right.
it was everywhere. Yeah.
Right, and I was a part of a band called Hula Joe and the Hut Jumpers.
Yeah,
I
with
don't know if you
Zanuck.
guys remember that
Hula
band.
Joe,
yeah.
yeah.
That was great.
Manahoku, Zanuck, Lindsay, it was a great project. And so we were playing was it weekly? Yeah, at Aloha Tower. At what was a pier bar.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Right?
That was a good spot. I'm so sad that it's not there.
Yeah. And then that was a scene, right? I mean, people would come, pack the place, dance their butts off, and then go home and then come back a week later and do it all over again.
And there's bars there that had music everywhere.
Yeah.
Gordon
Gordon
Biersch,
Biersch,
right? Bar.
Don Hose.
Don Hose. It's an incredible time.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah.
So we were playing there, and the drummer in our band was Rocky's ex-fiancé.
Oh.
Rory Flores. I don't know if you guys remember
Rory,
who he
yeah,
is.
of course.
He was just a legendary drummer here.
So good.
Yeah. Great guy, great drummer, great musician, really fun to be around. Great sense of humor. Super fun as, but that's another story. So they had broken up. But Rocky came down one day to dance because she loved to dance. Like, as well as she sings. I've always said she's actually even a better dancer.
Oh.
Wow,
She
really?
really dances well. Yeah. If she wasn't a singer, she could have been a professional dancer. But she just loves to dance. So she came down to just swing dance, and Rory introduced us. Not trying to be matchmaker or anything. It's just like, hey, this is Rocky DeShannon. It was just that fast, right? And so we didn't think anything of it. Yeah, nice to meet you. She danced, I played. And because she had her own band at the time too, she would use, David Choi. Remember him, saxophone player?
Of course.
So he would play in her band, but he wasn't always available. He was so in demand, right?
Yeah.
And so she was kind of looking for a sub, another horn player. And so rather than a saxophone, Rory suggested me, because we were buddies, and I guess he liked the way I play, he respected me. So he suggested and recommended me. And so she started using me in her band, right? And so I started playing in her band, and then I don't know, we just
clicked.
you just hit it off. You became friends. It wasn't like we were looking for anything. It was just a very
Just
natural,
happens, organic,
very natural, organic.
But you've been married now for years.
Bro, we just 2 weeks ago we just made 25 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Silver
Congratulations.
anniversary. Yeah.
That's so
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I just looked up 20th anniversary
Yeah.
is the China anniversary.
Why
So I
China?
have to take my wife to China.
No, you're supposed to buy China.
My wife would kill me if I bought China.
Because someone I know just is celebrating their 20th. So
You
they're
just made 20 years.
Yeah, we
yeah?
just made 20.
Yeah, I was like, is that something? They're like, I don't know. I think 25 is something, but
you make
20
20
is.
next year, bro.
I do? Oh, yeah, I do. Holy crap.
Dude.
You
So-
Our wives
forget
deserve
that.
trophies, yeah?
The lucky thing for us is they're not keeping count either. So
Yeah.
they're just like, whatever.
Yeah.
But there's a gift that you're supposed to give for every year, right?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
the first
yeah,
one
yeah.
is paper, and then
Yeah.
it just moves
Yeah, it
up
just
from
moves
It's
there,
just
up.
right?
flowers.
I don't
It's just
know.
flowers.
Yeah.
If we remember nowadays, that
Yeah.
usually
That's the
gets
gift
done.
itself right there is
Yeah.
remembering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our gift is that they're saying, yeah, okay, I'll stay married to you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, all right. One more year.
yeah, no, okay, whatever. Fine.
So doing it, thinking about it from the beginning. If you were a young, aspiring musician, would you encourage a young person to get into horn playing? It doesn't have to be trumpet, but I mean like sax, or you feel like it's a worthwhile instrument?
Absolutely not.
Oh, really?
That wasn't the answer.
I bet you
Like,
were
all right.
expecting that answer. No, it really kind of goes back to that thing I was talking about when you're telling your parents, right, that this is what you want to do for a living. You have to. I think for somebody to consider playing a horn professionally, they have to count the cost.
Mm-hmm.
I think especially now, even more than when I was coming up, because now there's so much more technology, and the trend of music is kind of largely moving away from like analog things like a brass instrument, like a wind instrument. Things are done on synthesizers, on computers and stuff.
I was even thinking as a guitarist, in 30 years, people might not even be playing guitar. Like, it'll be kind of like, oh, that's cute kind of hobby thing, but everything's just going to be computer made, you know?
Or keyboard made.
I don't know. No, not even. People are just going to be like, it could be a beat that goes, and then it's just going to do it for you, and then make this melody, and make the sound, you know? It's just
I dread to see that day.
You know?
They're doing that now. I think
like
Charlie Puth was on like the Tonight Show and did an entire beat.
People are not even going to play.
All he did was stick a can. It was a cup. And he tapped on the cup, and then he went, "Okay, take that sound. Okay, move this, pitch this up, pitch this down, do the thing," and then he did a complete beat. And I was like, "Holy crap, that was pretty amazing!" But there's no musicians included in any of that. Okay, before you go, also gotta mention the Royal Hawaiian Band, because as a working musician, to get a gig where you get paid to be a musician in a band playing your instrument is fantastic, and the Royal Hawaiian Band, of course, affords you that ability.
I like the Royal Hawaiian Band.
Yeah. And dude, and the Royal Hawaiian Band is no joke, man. They get the best players from all across everywhere, and they throw them up here to do this thing, and it's unbelievable.
Is Todd still playing in the Royal Hawaiian?
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah. His wife does too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Todd and Mel. Yeah. Yeah. So, getting back to the choosing the instrument as a career, because of the challenges that they're faced, like with technology. I mean, they could do it, I guess, but you really have to consider the possibility that as good as you might get, opportunities that might come your way, it's a very slim chance of success.
So you have to have that passion.
Yeah, well, not only do you have to have that passion and determination and tenacity, but you also have to have a backup plan. You know, because a lot of really talented horn players that I know and am friends with, and they're making a living, thankfully, playing their instrument, but they're not only playing their instrument; they're doing other things too. You know, because they have to. Yeah. There's just not enough gigs out there to support a horn player, you know, like full time, you know, unless you're in the Royal Hawaiian Band like me, and even then that's challenging. So a lot of these guys they have to pick up a second, third job. You know, I know a guy, very very well known. I won't say his name, but very well known, established, popular musician, and he drives an Uber on the side. Wow, he gigs at night, and then he drives Uber by the day. But or some of these other guys, they'll teach, you know, or they'll produce music online. They'll publish, you know,
sell houses.
Sell houses, yeah. That's good to have a second. In some ways, it's good to have a secondary thing too, though, because then it makes the music a little bit more special.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, you're doing your day thing, and then it's like, oh, that's good. I got to go play tonight. Yeah. You know, so I think you don't want to just be sitting around all day waiting to play.
Before you go to your last question,
sure.
Wait, I got one more.
Okay, go ahead.
So, if you can't see it if you're listening to this, but right now, DeShannon is wearing a Gypsy Musical Fable shirt that we did with the Bright Kids Foundation. One of the other cool things about doing theater is that, especially if you work with Bright Kids, there's always an orchestra. Always an orchestra. A live orchestra, as many people as you can fit underneath the stage. And for my money, it's worth the price of admission just to hear the orchestra play. And DeShannon is always, like, he's first on the list whenever they're doing. And the remarkable thing about that was that in the show, DeShannon has to play a solo. But he doesn't play a good solo. He plays a solo that's just south of being a good solo, because it's one of the strippers, and she uses the trumpet as a method for her to make her strip neat, make her strip sell, right? Okay. So she in the course of the song that they sing, she has to play a trumpet solo,
Or pretend to play one.
Or pretend to play one. So the actor is pretending to play this solo, right? And DeShannon is under the stage. Now he's under the stage having to... She's doing the action and he's playing the thing. And it's just under being on key and just under being the right... And everybody's like, how is he doing that?
Is the sheet music written that way, or did you make that up?
It's just a basic melody, but it's I don't hardly even play that. I mean, you can kind of recognize it. But I mean, I'm going back to like 4th grade. I'm channeling my 4th grade cornet playing self, and just trying to play as terribly as I possibly can.
Was it consistently the same terribleness every night, or was it just ad-libbed every night?
I think there was varying degrees of terribleness. Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah, he'd add a couple like really off-key ones every so often. You go,
that makes it fun now.
But it makes it. It was Clark, who's the band director for us, but also band director for Royal Hawaiian Band, and also a lot of the people in the band were in Royal Hawaiian Band.
Yeah.
The musicians had to sort of share with the kids because we had a bunch of kids on the stage and stuff, and people who'd never heard an orchestra played like that for a musical. It made people cry when they would hit the notes, because the power that would, because they're literally under our feet. Mm-hmm. And so when the sound comes up from where they're playing, it was amazing, and then it would come out into the audience. But every time you had to play that, they're like, you know how hard it is to play junk, because he's a world-class musician, and he's having to do stuff like like that kind of noise, and we're like, what?
Speaking of Seven Sons and playing, ask Justin to sing off key.
No, he can't do it.
No, he does this thing where he plays a song, and he sings perfectly, but it's not in the key that he's playing.
That's
so it sounds really odd, because he's like doing all the runs and stuff, and it sounds like, oh, it should be good, but then you're like, oh, it's off, because what he's playing is not what he's singing. Like
that's very. So he's singing perfectly out of tune.
Out of tune.
But perfectly.
But it's.
Like he's like, if you put it in another key, it would be like right on the money, right? Yeah, that's really hard to do.
Yeah,
Jeez.
He does that for fun. Okay, Kyle.
Okay, so right before your question, I was going to ask, if you're traveling to a desert island and you're given just your cornet from elementary school.
Oh wow! You gotta be the cornet.
And on the way there, you only have to pick one genre of music to play. What would be the genre of music that you would choose with that cornet? You played it all.
Without question, without hesitation, jazz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Without any hesitation.
Yeah, for a guy of his caliber, jazz has got to be it.
Yeah.
And I apologize, we didn't even get into that part of what you do, because that's actually the major thing.
That's okay. There's going to be a part 2. Right?
Sure.
Sure.
But for this one, our final question is our question we ask all of our artists that come on. If you were stranded on this desert island, you did not have your cornet to play, but you could take 3 albums with you to listen to for the rest of the time, what would those 3 albums be?
Oh, interesting.
Oh, wait, and before you do that, Shireen Urakami, your prom date from Kaimuki, says hello.
Seiko?
Yeah.
You went, oh, wow.
You know her Japanese name. You know her real name.
I don't know why we call her that.
Wow.
Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, is she watching it?
No. She and I are good friends as well. So I was just hey, remember DeShannon Higa? She's like, here's my prom date.
Tell my prom date I said hi. How's she doing? She's always was good to me.
That's cool.
That's cool. She was a head cheerleader, you know.
Yes, she was at UH and at Kaimuki. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
3 albums, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. I think one of them would be an album by Roy Hargrove called Ear Food.
Okay, Devon, do you know that one?
I do not.
Wow.
I get the feeling
Devin's
all 3 albums he's going to name, I'm going to be like, I don't know what that is.
Okay.
And then I think the other one would be maybe Feel So Good by Chuck Mangione.
Okay, I know who
Okay,
that
that one.
one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then, let's see, the third one would probably be, I think, this might surprise you, Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Oh,
Wow, you know, that's
Really?
a common one that
yeah,
everybody
a
brings
lot
up.
of people.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson. Either that or
why that one?
Off the Wall.
Thriller.
No, I said people would bring up that one or Off the Wall.
Or Off the Wall.
Yeah, why
Oh,
Thriller
okay.
and not Off the Wall?
Well,
I like Thriller. I mean, that's got all the hits on it.
I mean,
It seemed like the most theatrical.
It'd be kind of a toss-up, to be honest, between Off the Wall and Thriller. But just shooting off the top of my head, I know more of the songs on Thriller than I do Off the Wall.
That's true.
I know it better anyway.
Yeah.
I know it better.
He's also younger.
Yeah. Well, man, thanks again for coming on. This has been great.
Thanks
It's
for
been
having
good
me,
to catch
John,
up
you
after all
guys.
this time. Yeah.
We're gonna have you on again because we gotta talk about the jazz thing. I feel
Jazz?
so bad. It's
Okay,
such a
we'll do
lunch
it.
party.
We'll do it for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Till next week. See you guys.
Take
Have a
care.
good one.
Bye.